Oh, that baby fell right out of my arms. Oh, he got to screaming and hollering. Shh. I tried to keep him quiet. I tried. But Miss Susan had woke up furious to be getting called on in the wee hours of the night. Well, she hit me 5 times across my neck. From then on, I had the mind to sit on the floor and rock the baby. So the baby fell. You didn't have too far to go. Then they had sent me to work in the kitchen, where I got in even more trouble. One day, Miss Susan had this big old bowl of sugar that was sitting on the kitchen table. Now, mind you, I hadn't had anything good. No sweets, no sugar, but this bowl of sugar, oh, it surely did look nice. One time, as Miss Susan was arguing with her husband, her back was turned towards me, so I reached my hand into the sugar bowl and popped out a lump of sugar into my mouth. And maybe she might have heard me, for she turned and she saw me. I got 5 more lashes across my back. She didn't have no problem lighting my skin up. That's what it felt like my skin was on fire. Slavery was pure evil. It felt like I was being punished just for being born. I couldn't keep up with any of Miss Susan's demands. I couldn't cook, I couldn't clean, and I couldn't take care of her little baby. Shh. Then they had sent me outside to check the muskrat traps, and when they did, I got the measles from standing in the muddy waters for so long. Mr. Brodus did not know what to do with me, so he sent me back to my mom so she could nurse me back to health, which was fine with me, because that's exactly where I wanted to be, with my mama. Once I was well enough to work, instead of working in the big house with Miss Susan, I went to work out in the fields instead. I mean, the work was harder, yes, but out there in the fields, I got strong, tough, sturdy as a person could be. I split logs, loaded wood on the wagon. I even drove the oxen. Out there in the fields, we would sing songs called field hollers or field calls. These songs would help us keep a good rhythm while we worked. We could also use those songs to send some messages too. If there were tension or feelings of unrest in the fields, you would hear a little something like this. Okay, I'm gonna teach you another song. So, I'm gonna count to 8. Instead of me saying 8, you will say 8. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you're going to replace the number 8 with the word huh. Whenever you say huh, I want you to imagine as if you are punching a wall. I want this huh to have some force to it. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh. Let's try one more time. Punch the wall. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh. Nice. Good job. Okay. I'm going to sing a song. Whenever I point to you, say your huh. Here we go. Sun up to sundown, working so hard. Sun up to sundown, I'm so tired. Sun up to sundown, chains and shackles. No more auction block for me. Nice. Field slaves worked sun up to sundown, 6 days a week, mostly in the rice, tobacco, and cotton fields. Slave men had to pick 80 pounds of cotton, while slave women had to pick 70 pounds of cotton. If you did not pick your number, you were whipped for every single pound that you fell short. Sun up to sundown, working so hard. Sun up to sundown, I'm so tired. Sun up to sundown, chains and shackles. No more auction block for me. Nice. Field slaves were fed food sometimes. Not good enough for a dog to eat, and that's it. That's it. You weren't even fed at all. Slave owners wanted to spend the least amount of money on their slaves while getting the most work out of them. Sun up to sundown, work so hard. Sun up to sundown, I'm so tired. Sun up to sundown, chains and shackles. No more auction block for me. But out there in the field is where I begin to hear new ideas. I heard how some slaves said that they wanted to be free. I heard about how some escaped the plantation and started a rebellion to end slavery. End slavery. Be free. I wonder and my ears open. When I was 13, I had an experience that was life-changing. I was sent to the dry goods store to get some supplies when I had seen a slave running for what looked like to be his life. His eyes were as big as silver dollars, and every vein in his neck had popped out like roots on a tree. Oh, sure enough, here comes his overseer running after the slaves. Ha! I got you cornered now, boy. Oh, you want to run away, huh? You know what the punishment for running is, don't you, Lord? First time, toe cut off. Second time, ear cut off. Third time, you know what happens after the third time. Mickey, grab him. I stood in between the runaway and the overseer, not really knowing what to do. The overseer picked up this big old weight and he threw it at the runaway. I stood between them. The weight had hit me instead. The force of it knocked me clean out and broke my skull. They carried me to the house all bleeding and fainted. Now, mind you, I didn't have a bed, so they just laid me out on the floor. I stayed there for 2 whole days. Mama and Papa didn't think that I was going to make it, but the good Lord, He spared me. When I came to, I realized that I would never be the same. I started having these headaches all the time, and I would fall into these deep sleeping spells. In these deep sleeping spells, I had dreams and visions, and God would show me things that I have never seen. In one of my dreams and one of my visions, I seemed to see this white line. And on the other side of this line, there were beautiful fields, lovely roses, and women who stretched their arms out to me over that line, but I couldn't seem to reach them. I always fell before I got to the end of that line. Looks like the sun is getting ready to set. Well, we best be on our way. We are moving northeast along the Choctaw River to Chesapeake Bay. Can you say stay alert?
Stay alert.
And stay together, everybody.
Stay together, everybody.
The Fugitive Slave Act is a law that requires that all escaped slaves be returned immediately to their masters. They are coming, and they are coming strong. The bloodhounds, they'll be after us. Bloodhounds, they can pick up a human scent over great distances, and they can pick up your scent even days after you have been there. Once they smell you, they don't stop until they find you. That's what my father, Old Ben, used to say. Keep off the swamplands if you must. By the time she was 21 years old, I taught her the ways of the woods. I was scared for my daughter, and I didn't want her to run, knowing what could happen if they caught her. So I did everything in my power to help her. I told her that if she were to ever get lost, to listen for the sound of the river. Now, if you can't hear which way the river is flowing, remember 2 things. 1, moss only grows on the north side of the trees. Feel for the moss and know that you are headed north. 2, always look for the North Star. The North Star is right near the Big Dipper, which is also called the drinking gourd. Follow the drinking gourd, and you'll be headed in the right direction. I'm going to teach you a song. Your line in this song is, follow the drinking gourd. Your turn.
Follow the drinking gourd.
I'll sing first, and whenever I point to you, you sing your line. When the sun comes back and the first quail calls,
follow the drinking gourd.
For the old man is waiting for to carry you to freedom.
Follow the drinking gourd.
Follow the drinking gourd. Follow the drinking gourd. For the old man is Cincinnati, in Camden, New Jersey, Mount Zion A&E Church, Minister Thomas Clement Oliver, the station master. He'll hide us here until it is safe for us to make our next move. When the coast is clear, he'll bring us some food. I know that your stomachs are probably rumbling, but whenever he gets here, maybe he'll bring us something like potatoes or cornbread. But whatever he brings, we will be thankful for. How long was I out? Not long? 5 weeks? I was out for 5 weeks? You guys think that I was out for 5 weeks? I was out for 5 weeks? Yeah, I was out for 5 weeks. 5 weeks, huh? That's a long time. So that was a sleeping spell. I don't know if a sleeping spell can last longer than 5 weeks. But whenever I fall into a sleeping spell, leave me be. Stay by my side, but please do not touch me. When I have waked, the Lord has given me a message. He talks to me that way. He shows me things before they even happen. One time, I had a dream that Mr. Brodus was going to sell me and my brothers just down the river. I had prayed all night that Mr. Brodus would change his mind, but he just kept bringing people to look at me. Okay, I'm going to need you to clap your beat out from the beginning, all right? Let's start. Keep that beat going. Here we go. Hey, get 'em in, get 'em in. The sun is hot and pretty bright. Let's get down to business and get home tonight. Options and slaves is a real high. Bring that young gal. Oh, she's good for a start. Lotto started 3. Can I get a 3? Oh, step up, Jen. Take a good look and see. Get 'em in. Oh, here's a bit of 3 from a man who looks thrifty. 325. Can I hear 350? 350. Pretty well. I'm looking for 4. At $400, she's a bargain for sure. 5, 6, oh, 650. Don't be slow. Hey, 7 is the bid. Gonna let her go. 7 is the bid. Gonna let this girl go. She's going, and she's gone. Oh, when it looked like that he was just about to sell me, I began to change my prayer. I prayed, oh Lord, if you ain't gonna change this man's heart, please take him out of the way. Later that night, Mr. Brodus died. Now, the good Lord knows that I did not mean for that to happen. Well, maybe I did, but I couldn't change that. After Master Brodus died, things got really bad on the plantation. Master Brodus's widow, Eliza, she started selling her slaves just to make ends meet. Word got out that I was going to be sold in just about a few days. I knew it, and I felt it. Oh, I had to run. The way I seen it, I didn't have no other choice. There are 2 things in life that I have a right to. Can you say liberty? And can you say death? And if I couldn't have one, I would take the other, for no man was about to take me alive. So I started running. After running for so long, my bare feet, they were sore and bleeding, but I kept running and running and running, oh, and listening for the sound of the river, feeling for the moss and looking for that North Star, like what Daddy had taught me. And there it was, a house with a quilt on the window, a lantern on the hitching post. I used a special knocking code to knock on the door. I need your help again. I'm going to knock a pattern. I want you to finish that pattern. Good job. To my surprise, a white woman opened the door. Just as I was about to break out running, she started singing to me. Swing along, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. know, just tell us. My husband, he's a conductor on the Underground Railroad. Tomorrow, you will hide in his carriage, and he will take you all the way to the Pennsylvania border to freedom. Have faith, my dear. You are a brave soul. Oh, thanks be to God. Oh, that Quaker woman took good care of me. She gave me food. She even washed my feet. She gave me just what I needed to continue my journey. When the sun had came up, I hid in her carriage, and she took me to the Pennsylvania border. When I had crossed the Pennsylvania border, I was free. I had looked down at my hands to see if I was a different person now that I was free. There was a glory over everything. The sun had came through the trees and through the fields, and I was free. Pennsylvania was 90 miles from Maryland. The only means of travel that I had was by my own 2 feet. I had to get in the carriage. I even had to jump in the river sometimes. All I had was my determination, God and the angels that he had sent me to lead me along the way, and I made it. But there was nobody there to welcome me to the land of freedom. I was lonely. I had longed for my mother and my father, my sister, my brothers, my friends.